that. I remember hearing a lot of hate about it. I really liked it. I thought it was a good film. But saying that, I knew nothing about the comic book, so I had nothing to be loyal to. Do you know what I mean? I just enjoyed it for what it was. Which I find is what happens with a lot of films nowadays, doesn't it? Like, oh my god, you totally misrepresented the character that I totally decided was a certain way. And I suppose it's different with comics as opposed to books, because you do get a visual, don't you? But there's a lot of that shit nowadays. How dare you change the character from blonde hair to slightly gingery hair? How dare you? You know, that sort of thing. Voila, you humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. Lovely. How old can they get? Are there baby moves? No. They just, you get a cow, it dies. Kind of sucks. I'm hoping they're going to add babies in. At the moment, they don't lay eggs when they die. You just have to keep getting more from space. So, I thought I should watch your based on the beginning and looked at YouTube 186 episodes. Yeah, this colony's probably one of the longest colonies we've ever ran. This is 161 hours played in this colony so far. So, yeah. Yes. Switching anyone to ginger should provoke that kind of outrage. How dare you? I'm glad my bot smited you down, nerd, you son of a bitch. How dare you? How very dare you? Literally. Ginger people are people too. Don't forget that. Yes, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! So like the Witcher cast though. To be honest, I've not looked at anything about the Witcher. The only person I know is who's playing Geralt. I'm kind of looking forward to it, to be honest. I really enjoyed playing The Witcher 3 anyway. What's that? What's going on here? So there's a billion on that planet, because why should they get babies there? I don't know. Tyler has something to say about that. Gingers are taking over slowly. Well, they used to think that the ginger gene was a recessive gene, didn't they? They used to think it was dying out, but now they think the opposite. Gingers will inherit the Earth! At least if I have anything to do with it. Ginger boys. Right. Yeah, I just need my jetpacks to come and do these last 3 bits of pipe. And then we can seal this up. This is all good to go. I just need to bang a vent, like here or something, and then we can vent all this out as well. Because there's going to be carbon dioxide up there for my little boys, my jetpack boys. And then we'll slap in some natural gas, and away we go. Ginger Irish women. Oh, I don't even think you call them ginger, though, would you? Are you talking about like the seriously red-haired Irish fillies? Is that what you're talking about? You don't want kids? I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't want kids? I do want kids. Of course I do, nerd. Yeah. I want kids and a nice little country house. That's what my plan is. A country house with fibre optic broadband. That's the only prerequisite. Oh shit. He already has kids in the attic, yeah. You've talked at length about kids being little shits, though. No, I've not. No, not at all. Not at all. Me and the lady do have a plan, but you know, it's all about getting the right amount of money together and you know being comfortable. I don't want to be stuck. I don't ever want to be scrimping and stuck. You know, when you got kids and stuff. I know a lot of people do it, and I know it's not necessarily you know a bad upbringing for the kids. You know, the kids are what you make of them. But I've always said I want to be comfortable before I do that. Oh shit. I've been cycling liquid for forever. Forever! We should turn them off. Fortunately, we're not really taking much pipe damage at the moment, which is good. Although we will do soon if this hydrogen has anything to do with it. Fuck. Might take a bit of hydrogen damage. Probably on this last little packet as well, just to troll me. Oh, I did notice something interesting, by the way, guys. You know, we've been playing with this build for a while now, and this has been running in this base for, you know, a good while. We do have this single tile of cooling underneath the reservoirs. And I think what's happening is, you know, like when we did it with the oil refineries, we noticed that one tile was getting superheated. Same thing seems to be happening on these reservoirs. So I thought because the temperature just changed ever so slightly in this build. You know, if we just run this continuously without cooling it, it would heat up a little bit. And I'd always put it down to the insulated pipes not being a perfect insulator in the room. You know, it's affecting the steam a little bit. But I think we're bleeding heat down at the bottom as well. I was chatting to someone about it on YouTube today. I think this is what's happening. It doesn't really matter to the build, but it is interesting that we are losing a bit of heat. But because it is insulated tile, it's not going to really affect any steam that's in contact with it. Not very much anyway. So, but I just thought I'd show you that, because you can see a nice visual of it now. You can see it happening. It's pretty cut and dry, that, isn't it? Like, and it's the same place on every tank. So, might have to do a bit of tinkering with them in debug and see what we can find. Okay, this might just make it back in time. What's that coldest my base can get before dupes start complaining? I normally aim for about 16 degrees, no thank you. If I'm actively cooling my base, I go for 16 degrees. It's like the perfect temperature. Rocket's full. Yeah, Nero, yeah. I realised all of a sudden I had that panicking. Ah, shit. Have they overfilled? That's the problem. Well, we'll soon find out. Let's go get some Weezeworts for this fella. The HMS George. He's going to go to here. Let's see if we can get some Wheezy boys. Hello, Dro. Thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Accumulates like kids are expensive, yeah. He means other people's kids nerd. He sees his kids as being angelic when he has them. No. Listen, I've got nieces and nephews. I know what kids are like. I have been that cool uncle for a while. That, you know, I'm the only one that can. Fucking hell, the fireworks. When the little shits are here and they're being crazy, I'm the only one that's like stern enough to threaten them with fear of death. You know. Like my sister is a fucking excellent mum. She really is, and she has this look, and it's the same look that my mum had with me when I was little. She has this look, this stare of, if you don't fucking stop it, if you don't stop it, you know. And I've got a different approach. So I'm like a big fella. To my niece and nephew, you know, they're only little kids. I'm like this powerful giant man. Do you know what I mean? So I just roar at them. They love it. So. Just watched a feck ton of ads for you. These bits have good vibes on the partner review. Thank you.
Just watched a feck ton of ads for you. These bits are for good vibes on their partner review.
Thank you very much to Sudro. Thank you. A feck ton of ads. Oh, cheers by the way, Max. Thanks for doing the fluff. Leave your warts alone. No, they're mine. I will take them. So it's not the tile that's hot, but the visual looks at the liquid's temperature. What's that, sorry, Naylor? Is that in relation to the reservoirs, you mean? Those are the kids you call little shits. Yeah, that'll be it, nerd. My niece and nephew. Yeah. They're not little shits at all. They're good kids. They're just... Because they don't see me very often, because my sister lives down south, whenever I do see them, they're like fucking supercharged, you know? So... Yeah. Listen, I like kids. I have no problem with kids at all. I just don't like... What I don't like seeing is when you see a browbeaten mother caving into their kids. That's the thing that normally makes me like, oh dear. You know, when you're in a restaurant or something, or you're somewhere in public, and you can see that the mother with her two little darlings is literally she's at the end of a rope. If she had a rope, she would be at the end of the rope. You know what I mean? She's at that point, and she's just like, whatever, kids, just have whatever you're asking of me, just have. So then you get these kids supercharged on fucking sugar and running rampant. Like my sister's very disciplined with her kids in terms of like what they're allowed to eat. You know, there's no E numbers in the house. There's no sugar. It's all natural, organic stuff. And she's turned into a bit of a probably a bit of an English reference, but she's turned into a bit of a Hyacinth Bouquet, a Mrs. Bucket. Like wants everything to be very prim and proper for her little children. And to be honest, the kids have turned out absolutely incredible. They're not spoilt. And they're very well behaved, but sometimes they just need a stern roar from a giant man, just to keep them on the straight and narrow. And that's what I offer as uncle. So, still can't get free bits in the EU. Yeah, kids are locking kids in your attic. Yeah. Did that give you feels a bit of a twinge, mate? That was a good face you made. Oh, it's nice to Sudro. I'm loving all the love at the minute. It's awesome. Finch, how are you, bud? Welcome. Is there any difference between igneous rock and abyssalite when it comes to insulated tiles over 1k plus cycles? Yeah, Malaco. Abyssalite used to be a near perfect insulator. I mean, it wasn't, you know, the amount of temperature change you used to get off abyssalite was, you know, negligible. It was as close as made no difference. Igneous rock is no way near as good. But if you double skin your insulation, what you have to remember is when you click on an insulated tile, like this is made of igneous rock, so it has a thermal conductivity of 0.02. If you then double skim that, like double skin this room, this is also igneous rock, we've got a thermal conductivity between these two tiles of 0.020, meaning that the amount of temperature that gets bled out of here is fuck all, absolutely nothing. It's why I've used igneous rock for a lot of stuff, to be honest, and you can see the difference. And where I had mafic rock, like I think had some mafic rock down here. Where was it? I had a point in my base that got very, very hot, and it's because I'd built out a mafic rock. Where was it? Yeah, where I had mafic rock, it started to get, like, I think it was down, I think it was here. I had to replace some of these tiles because these were mafic rock, and the mafic rock just bled all the temperature through. And if you remember, I had like 3 compactors here that I'd used to sweep up some crap, like quite urgently. They all broke, they all overheated and melted. And that's because I had some mafic rock kicking around. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nice nerd. Oh, jeez. Multiplicative? I should know, but it's been a bit since heat transfer. I don't know. That's what I mean. I want to say that would essentially half it, do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Thermal transfer in this game is a little bit crazy. I'm sure some people could look at the numbers and figure out exactly how it works, but for me it's a bit of an unknown entity sometimes. Every rule that you think should apply doesn't necessarily apply in the way that you think. So yeah. We'll have you above 500 and we'll have you below 5 tons. Okay. Alright, a few more bits of pipe to do here. I'll do this with a priority 9 as well, so we can start getting rid of the carbon dioxide that's in this room. And then we'll try and capture our gassy boys now. So I might just nip off this little piece of automation for now. See if we can get these wrangled into here. Mafic rock is not as good as igneous for insulation. I don't think so, Eldora. I don't think it's anywhere near. Okay. So, a few more bits that need to be done up here. I don't know where this hydrogen has come from. Oh, the hydrogen's probably spewed out of here, hasn't it? That's fine. So, waiting on this to become in a vacuum. That's okay. We've got a few tiles still open in here, so that should be fine. Blocked ladder. Melted. What? What are you saying, Max? Blocked ladder, melted suit in the rocket tube. Oh, down here. Down here, you mean? Yeah, I did. I built all my ladders out of granite as well, guys, if you remember. And I melted all my ladders, so I had to go and rebuild all these out of ceramic. And all the ones over here I've built out with ceramic now. Yeah, I had a few melting problems. But everything's alright. Everything seems to be ticking over okay. Right, let's get this set to auto, and then hopefully they'll get this done. I don't know if I need to select gassy moves or whether they'll just do everything, but we'll do that. Like pressure and temperature aren't related. Yeah, exactly. There's quite a few things that don't make sense in the game, but at some point maybe we'll be able to apply things, you know, like that. Had your 8th or so attempt at making sweet potato fries, and finally they're awesome. Nice, nice, Pseudo. Those moves are large. They are silent. They are. They're big boys. Big boys. But we're going to capture them, damn it. Right, you're now pumping away. That's fine. If you're above 0, pump your little arse off. get this emptied. Then once this is emptied, we will slap in some natural gas. That'll allow the temperature to transfer a bit better through here. I want this room nice and cold. Our planters are already cold enough, which is nice. Because what we don't want is to pipe in liquid chlorine that is then dropped into hot tiles and boils. So we've cooled down all of our planter tiles. That's what I wanted to do. More like fatty moos. Yeah, they are. How are you, Delmain? How's it going, bud? These fuckers are warm. Yeah, toasty boys. Yeah, I'll probably leave a few of these tiles open and then seal this up here. Seal this up once these back plates are in. My jetpack boys are going to keep coming in here and trolling me. I don't know if I can salvage any more Weezeworts from anywhere as well. I don't know where I've got any Weezeworts that aren't really needed at the minute. I kind of want to leave a few up here. This is a mess that needs sorting at some point. I think we've literally used all of our Weezeworts now. There's none left. We've got 2 in here. I could just let this melt, I suppose. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get these. It's just going to speed up how quickly we can get our shizzle online. That should be fine. Zyteros, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we'll get those dug out. And then we'll bang these Weezeworts in and we should be on to a winner. So if I just copy these, set these to like a 9. Boop. How's the farty cows? We're working on them now, Camo. We're just trying to get them prepping the room so we can put them in there. So we're almost a vacuum in here now. And then we're going to just drop in a couple of packets of natural gas. It's going good enough. Still Monday, yeah. I can't wait to get your save file live. I need to crack on my power, but I need to copy yours. Ah, I see. Natural gas to transfer heat better. Is hydrogen not better to do that? No, Coin. I want 1 gas in the room. My cows are going to output natural gas. YSL, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Thank you. And welcome. I'm going to take it you're one of Beameron's viewers, are you? Because you were giving him some fucking shit before. You're giving him a hard time. But welcome, buddy. Yeah, natural gas is the output of my cows. So what I want to do is vacuum this room out, get rid of any carbon dioxide that's still lurking. It's pretty much a vacuum now. We're just waiting on these last... Oh, there we go. It's a vacuum now. If I then put a couple of canisters of natural gas in here, it's the right atmosphere for my cows. So that is the deal. So if we get some natural gas going, that should be good. Only cut my burger came with a worm and a moist towelette. What a typo. A warm and moist towelette. A worm and a moist towelette. That didn't sound good at all. Jeez. What a typo. Christ. Shit. You think the sun bugs are brighter? Sun bugs are brighter than what? What are we talking about? Could you explain your power system? Certainly. Hold on. Right, okay. In terms of power system, it looks a bit sprawling and all over the place, but I'll just explain. We've got 2 power grids. We've got a rightmost power grid, and you can see this line is blinking down here. And then we've got a leftmost power grid, which is this white one over here at the moment. Okay. The reason I've split it is because we've got a lot of stuff all over the base, and we've got a lot of different branches coming off our power grid, and a lot of power generation as well. So I wanted to split it into 2 different grids. So on each side of the base, we've got some hydrogen gens, some coal gens, some natural gas gens, and then if we look at space, we've also got solar gens, and there'll be more solar gens over on this side as well. So each grid is getting all of this power fed into it. We've also got in our prison, which isn't really being used at the minute because I've opened the prison up, we've got some manual gens, and each one of these is connected to a different part of the grid as well. So this goes to the right side, this goes to the left side. All right, and what that means is we can then run transformers off each grid. We've got plenty of power gen. We're just splitting it all up in half so that we don't overload any wiring. That's the kind of goal. Plus the fact I like the symmetry of having wire down both sides of the base and being able to pull off power wherever I want it. So it's starting to look a bit like a circuit board. But I hope that makes sense. Now, in terms of how we manage our transformers, it's dead easy. All we basically have on our main wire down here, we have a couple of main storage batteries. Okay, these are the main buffer batteries on our main grid. They're connected straight to the heavy watt wire, and that's the same wire that connects to our generators. Okay, so if we follow this down, this connects to our natural gas gens. All right. These batteries are connected with automation. So this battery here, if you look, if we follow this all the way up, is connected to my coal gens. This other one is connected to my hydrogen gens. And these toggle on at different points, depending on what resources I've got lots of. The coal gens and hydrogen gens at the minute come on when I'm at 25% of my battery. And they only fire up my generators until I get to 80% full, and then they're turned off. So I don't know how much power we're consuming, but if we watch the automation, it's probably going to turn on my natural gas gens first. I think. There you go. So our natural gas gens have turned on. They'll run for a little bit. They'll fill up all the batteries on the circuit, and then they turn off again. So now our batteries up here will be topped up. And that's basically a way of minimizing how much power you're wasting. You shouldn't be wasting too much power. If you're overproducing too much on your power wastage thing here, if you're overproducing and pissing away your resources, it's not very efficient. So I just do everything with automation. So if you look at my overproduction, it's steam turbine overproduction, which I don't really care about. My steam turbines I'm using as cooling machines. Smart battery energy charge loss, I can't really do much about that, but it's 22 kilojoules. It's not the end of the world. And then solar panel overproduction, which again, meh. I'll probably build a massive battery bank at some point up at the top of the base. So there'll be a battery bank below these solar panels to really get the most out of the sunlight when it's available. But yeah, that's how I do that. And then the transformers themselves, they have a little bit of automation, dead easy. Connect a smart battery to your transformer on every circuit. All right, on every single circuit. Every time I put down a transformer, I put a smart battery with it. The reason for that is I can then control my transformers as well. So I can tell my smart battery that when I need power, when I go below 20% full, it'll toggle on my transformer. And only at that point, if we look at this one here, maybe this is not a very charged circuit, but if we watch, there you go. This one's just toggled on. The transformer's now active, and it'll charge up the battery.